Hi, today we are going to build a low-code chatbot because we all know chatbot is the in thing. Every business is trying to make their website more user-friendly by adding a chatbot. These days, there are plenty of hosted chatbot SaaS providers. They're costly. So instead of tying your business down to a provider paying heavily for their services, why not we build our own chatbot? So we have created a number of step-by-step videos on how to build your own AI chatbot, but those were all coded solutions. In this case, what we're going to do is we are going to have a perfect blend of coded and no-code solution. Hi, welcome to Techie Talks AI. I'm Sri from Shogini. On this channel, we showcase hands-on demos and insights into AI automation and no-code tools. We have created several Make.com modules to simplify no-code automation for you. Subscribe and join us on this journey into the future of technology. Let me explain what we are going to accomplish. We have our website that is here, and in the corner of the website, we embed our chatbot. Now, that is here. So normally it is a JavaScript course. The problem is when we set up your no-code chatbot interface, it'll give you a URL, like a webhook URL, using which you can interact with the no-code automation, no-code workflow. But the problem is you can't put that URL in here because then anyone can view source and get to know the URL and then try some tricks on it. We need to conceal the mechanism so that we don't reveal the underlying technology to the end users, attempt to view source and trying to figure out how we are creating the chatbot. Once it is connected to Make.com no-code scenario, all that user will have to do is to modify the scenario to improve your chatbot. You can have different entity capture because the AI part is here and the knowledge base, or you can add vector database. You can add multiple routes to handle different types of queries. Everything that you need to enhance your chatbot can be updated using the no-code solution. So that gives us the freedom to make the changes that we want. So let's see how this is done. So the entire code for this is given in the description. So you can download and create this scenario in Make.com and test this out yourself and give your valuable thoughts how we can further improve this. Okay. I have created the documentation for this site. We are going to go through the doc. Before we go through the documentation, let's quickly see how it works. Docker Compose up. Okay. And in the make.dot scenario, let's run this webhook so that it receives our chatbot requests. Let's reload our website. So this is the sample website and we have our chatbot here. Okay, so what is the cut and finish price? Though we can see the price, this is coming from our database. Okay, so see here, cut and price and styling to suit your face and shape. So if you see here, you will notice that we have the RAG database. See here, do you have promotions? First time customers get 10% off. If you look at the scenario, the no-code scenario has been executed. So this is an end-to-end no-code usage example. So next few minutes, we'll go over the entire code and the folder structure quickly. Ensure that you stay through this so that you understand the flow completely. Okay, so this is a containerized solution. So what we are building is a static website which is an Nginx website. Now this is needed only during development. In production scenario, you will be embedding this chatbot directly on your website, your client's website. Then we have the modern chatbot UI. This UI is what we are going to embed into the website. So in this case, we will be embedding this UI JavaScript code into our static website. So this is where we have the blend of code and no code solution. So we have the FastAPI backend that talks to the make.com endpoint. Then we have Docker Compose that runs the entire setup, the backend and the front end. So we will be browsing this front end. Remember, we also have a health check provided so that user will not see any intermediate state. User will have the chatbot access when it is fully ready. So that is a good practice. Let's look at the files. Remember, the entire code is provided to you. The link is in the description. So this is the Docker Compose file. When you do Docker Compose up, it will read this file and start the services, the front end and back end. And there is an env file. So you need to copy the .env example as .env and put your make.com URL in there. And we have the front end folder which has the Docker file, Nginx config, which is the web server config. And why do we need this? Normally, web server has the built-in config. This is important because we are concealing the front-end access to make.com URL through a proxy. So the end user will not know our make.com URL. So that is the most important aspect of this video. Then we have the index.html, which is the static web page, and CSS also is a part of this static web page. Then we have our chatbot. So this is the UI of our chatbot, which talks to the backend through the Nginx proxy. And here we have the backend. This is our Python application, which exposes FastAPI endpoints, and requirements.txt will list the Python libraries that we need to run this. And this is how we start the application. So all you need to launch the application is clone the repo URL which is given in the description and execute this command, provided you have Docker installed on your machine. So let's look at the Docker Compose.yaml. It has two services, backend and frontend. And backend is the Python application, and the backend also has a health check provided. So that it will begin serving only when the health check endpoint is working. Actually, this backend, this port mapping is not needed because we are connecting them using custom bridge network of Docker. So when this health check is ready, this endpoint will begin serving. And here we have the front end, and front end is nothing but the Nginx static website. Only thing is it has the chatbot UI, which is a JavaScript based front end, which talks to the backend through the Nginx proxy. And here we have the condition defined so that this the front end will begin serving only when the health check is ready. And when you launch it, you can watch this Docker Compose PS so that you will know when the health check is ready. So let's stop it, clear it. Let's start the application once more, and quickly from another screen, let's look at the health. See, health starting, it says. Health starting. See, it says healthy. Here it says healthy. So that is the significance of providing the health check when you start the application. Let's stop it. Come back to our code. in the .env, you will need to provide your make.com URL, webhook URL. I will also provide the steps needed for you to set up the make.com scenario for this example. But this is a simple example. When you go production, you will need to have the no-code make.com scenario set up with RAG database, etc. So this is the front-end Docker file, which is a very simple Nginx-based website and serving our index.html and the CSS and the Chatbot UI. Next is the interesting and important fact. This Nginx is the reverse proxy that secretly communicates the front-end request to the backend. So here, whenever /API call comes from the front end, what it will do is it will pass this to our backend service. This is the backend container listening to port 8000 /API. This is the FastAPI. So from the front end, if somebody checks the code using a view source, they will only see this request. They will not know the port address and the endpoint. So this is the index.html of the sample placeholder website. And here we have the style.css. And this is the Chatbot UI JavaScript. Again, here we don't need to go through this because this is simple, plain, vanilla chatbot that talks to the backend. All the sophistication that we need will stay in our no-code scenario, which we will go through. See this? This API will be captured by the reverse proxy setup that we saw, and it will go to chat endpoint of our Python FastAPI and port 8000. But from the front end, we will not have to specify the port address, etc. Then this is the backend Docker file, which is a Python container, and it uses uvcon to launch our main.py, listening to port 8000. We will go over the code. And requirements.txt has the libraries needed for our backend. And here we have the backend main.py code. Initially, we have the imports of the libraries being used, and this is where we specify the webhook URL which we get from make.com scenario. And this CORS will ensure that only same origin will have access to our API. So this is the health check, just returns OK. And Chatbot code is here. It passes this payload with our message to our make.com. And the return response from make.com is in the form of JSON. It is parsed. JSON parsing happens here. And the reply part of the response is picked up and sent back to the front end. So here is a nice flow diagram. User types in the chat system. Front end container calls the /API chat. Backend calls the webhook URL via HTTPX in the Python. Make.com scenario runs, processes our query, sends the response back as JSON, and then it is parsed and responded back to the front end. Okay, so now let's look at the make.com scenario. Here we have the webhook request. So anytime user types something in the chat system, the FastAPI will call this webhook. Then here we will read the Google Doc, which is the RAG database, and that talks to the sample RAG data, which is already formatted in the Q&A format, which is a good practice so that you get predictable response. Then here in this OpenAI mechanism, we are using GPT-5 Nano for demo. You can choose any model. You don't have to use OpenAI. And here we are providing the system prompt, user prompt. We are providing the message that we received from the chatbot and the text we got from the Google Doc. Okay, and the response that we got from here send back to the FastAPI function. Here is the code that we have seen. So this .env.example is what you need to copy as .env. Env has our live code. Okay, and the backend is where we are calling this make.com URL, which we loaded from .env file. Now, just to summarize, what is the advantage? Advantage is a backend coded solution is very simple. See here, this is just a few lines of code, and you don't need to alter this code at all to enhance your chatbot. All you need to do is to enhance this scenario to add more features like vector database, etc. So please share your thoughts, give your valuable comments and ideas. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Your support really helps. Have ideas or suggestions? Drop them in the comments. Let's build together. At Shogini, we offer expert no-code make.com and Python AI automation consulting with ready-to-use modules to jumpstart your projects. Stay tuned and subscribe for more.